Honey, this is kind of a random thought, but at the same time influenced by some shit that's actually going on. So, I be doing reviews on Lovecraft Country. And if you ain't know, honey, tune into my YouTube, Queen J Lotus, Pimp Sun Kiss, Booski. Okay? Okay. But so yeah, y'all know Jonathan Major star on that show. And when I used to watch that show, granted, Tick, the character, has some residual moody issues off the backs of being abused as a child and having been in the military. Howsoever, it was also always something that I picked up off of, and I couldn't tell whether it was him or the character, because in order to play a character, some part of you has to have something in common with that character. Doesn't mean that you have the same nature of that character, if you will, or same heart set, same mindset, values as that character specifically. You just have to have something that you can relate to in order to understand where they're coming from, right? So I also know that sometimes people get lost in the sauce of their characters, and that's one of the ways that people can get lost in the sauce of their characters. I definitely feel like Jonathan Majors has gotten lost in the sauce of a couple of his characters, and I feel like one of them is his character on Lovecraft Country. And also, in hindsight, even more so, I think that his character Tick from Lovecraft Country is maybe the closest to his actual natural personality. Something that stands out to me there too is this whole Coretta Scott King business. Because the character of Tick is very much so done, it's written, it's portrayed, symbolized, all that in a very Christ-like fashion, as well as activism. There's a lot of activism elements to Lovecraft Country, whereas Tick and Letty and George, if you will, they are the obvious activists. Hippolyta as well, but they are like the obvious activist warriors of the community type shit going on there, right? And when it comes to Tick, Letty is his Coretta Scott King. And so, yeah, one hand of this is like, it's seeming like he could definitely had this thing where he's kind of lost in the sauce of a lot of characters that he's played. And something else that came to mind, in the midst of hearing about the most recent allegations, and somebody was like, based on the last names, what race do you think those women are? Now, I don't just be judging people off their last names, because a lot of African Americans have quote unquote white last names because of slavery. So you can't always judge a person's race based off of their last name. You know what I'm talking about? Sometimes you can, but that's not something that can be consistent, because like I said, slavery, a lot of the slaves took on the master's last name. So yeah. You can't really tell what the race is like that straight up, but something else they said was like, they don't know if he's consistently abusive or if he just had a moment, but they do feel like he crazy. And that's something that I had to agree on as well. Because, my God, how you gonna sit up look at this white girl and say to her, you need to be my Coretta Scott King. Now, baby, Coretta is like, light skin or whatever. But she not white. How you gonna sit up here and look at this white girl and tell her she needs to be your Coretta Scott King? She can't be your Jackie Kennedy. She can't be your Lois Griffin or something. She can't be your Dee Dee Pickles, goddamn. Like, help. She can't be your... Child, they divorced now. But, I mean, she can't be your Angelina Jolie. She can't... You gonna really... And as a black man, like, I probably would have even... If it was a white man saying something like that to a white lady, I'd just be like, okay, he a little confused, but he just mean he want a power couple type situation. And, he done found something in Martin Luther King that he can relate to, that he value type shit. But when it's like, for instance, even if it's a white man that looked at a black woman and said, you need to be my Coretta Scott King. What? What? Yeah, no, like, And with that being said, I feel like Jonathan Majors has unintentionally kind of given us something to, like, use as a, like, red flag detector type shit. When you see a black man with a white woman. And like I said, some people just fall in love with whoever they fall in love with. So I don't think that every black man that's with a white woman is with them because they hate themselves or vice versa. None of that shit. But there are those who are just with white women because they have some, like, internalized self-hate going on, which is more common than not because of the society that we come up in. That being said, honey, maybe he done gave us a little detector. Goddamn. You see a black man with a white woman, like, is this your Coretta Scott King? And honey, just see what they say. Just see what the fuck they say. Like, if this man fucking come back like, yeah, absolutely, Coretta all day. Yeah. It's something wrong with him. That man crazy. Period. That man crazy. You can't be nothing but crazy if you a black man with a white woman talking about this your Coretta Scott King. Huh? And shit, see what she say. If she don't correct nothing, like, no, we just are who we are, or whatever the fuck. Other than, yeah, I'm Coretta, yeah, whatever he wants me to be, yeah. Honey, just see what they say. Just see what they say. Because if they say anything else other than something that is to correct how wrong that is in an interracial type situation, they are crazy. They may not be straight up racist. They may not be straight up anything, but they are damn crazy. They are damn crazy. Especially if they talking about they fighting for the culture, or they advocate for pro-blackness and all of this and that. And you're comfortable with a white woman being referenced to Coretta Scott King, compared to Coretta Scott King, told that she needs to strive to be Coretta Scott. Huh? No. No. Like, even though it would be more appropriate if I was in that position, I still wouldn't feel comfortable. Like, no. No. I'm not with an activist. I'm not Coretta. I don't know that lady life, the ins and outs for real, for real. I don't know Martin's life, the ins and outs for real, for real. I know what we've been allowed to know. So I'm not gonna sit up here. What? No. 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 And I know if I'm not confident in being in the running towards being America's next top Coretta Scott King, no white woman should. Baby, I can't even complete that sentence. That's how you know how asinine and just nutty it is. Like, why would he say that? Why would he say that? And I'm sorry, that's one of the things that makes it so hard to defend him, because he got to be some type of crazy to say that to a white woman, that she needs to be your Coretta Sky King. And with all that being said, child, if I do say so myself, honey, I have milked this cow dry. And I am thoroughly appreciative of Coretta Scott King. For real though. For real. Thoroughly appreciative of Coretta Scott King. And I'm so sorry that this man decided to misuse the legacy like that. Y'all, emphasis on liberation. Mwah.